Hardik. Welcome to Startup Studio with the Doll. We are super excited to learn about your big idea today. I really hope you're excited too. But before we begin, could you please quickly introduce yourself?
My name is Hardik Sethi and I am 9 years old. I live in Delhi. I absolutely love the book series Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and I also like to play basketball.
Well, Hardik, I'm honestly not surprised that you like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I think it's an all-time favorite of children today. So now tell us, what's your big idea?
My idea is to create awareness about artificial intelligence and robotics and introduce the idea of autonomous robots that will be used in field of defense. They can protect people from an attack and if required even fight with various weapons like guns and bazookas.
So, all right, Hardik, artificial intelligence and robotics, which are quite in these days. But I'm quite curious to know, you're talking about defense and other things. Why do even people need a robot for defense or for defending their own countries?
I'm sure you would agree that our soldiers sacrifice their lives on the border so we all can live peacefully. So I want to give something to our country that can make our army stronger so soldiers don't have to sacrifice their lives for us to live peacefully.
Got it. No doubt, Hardik, that is surely a very noble thought. But just for my own understanding, are you suggesting that these robots will replace the existing soldiers? Because that's a big claim to make, and possibly act as soldiers during war situations. Is that what you are trying to do?
Yes, I do not want the soldiers to sacrifice their life. They will definitely be working in the defense sector and will be managing these robots on the field. But I would want the soldiers to live peacefully without any dangers to their life.
All right. So Hardik, honestly, this sounds like a very complex idea for someone as young as you. And I'm sure you'll agree that it requires a lot of research and expertise. So how do you actually plan to execute this?
Yes, building a robot like this requires expertise in the field of robotics, which I currently don't have. And that is why my main aim as of now is to create awareness around this idea. And when I grow up and enter the world of robotics, I'll work on executing this idea.
Okay, so as of now, you're happy with just this idea gaining popularity and creating the awareness. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's still it's a mature line of thought, Hardik. You wanting to just create awareness, but so what's the plan around that? How do you plan to begin? What will be your first step towards creating this awareness?
If we speak about today, there are some Indian companies who are building innovative robots. One such company is Swayat Robots, who have built a robot for autonomous driving. They have even built autopilot features and they have already tested them in cars like XUV 500. I'm sure if this company supports my idea, we can work towards its execution.
Okay, that's a fair way to look at it. But Hardik, what's your plan? Do you plan to simply give them the idea so that they can take it forward from here?
I'm passionate about the idea. I want to be the part of the initiative in any way possible. Talking to Swayat Robots will be one way to initiate awareness about this idea.
Okay. Swayat Robots, right? Isn't that a private company if I'm not wrong? And I'm not very sure if they'll support this awareness drive of yours. I'm not sure if you have explored other channels. But do you think involving the government, in this particular deal would be a good idea? Have you thought about that?
Absolutely. The Government of India has launched multiple programs to promote innovation and technology among children. Two such programs are Pradhan Mantri Innovative Learning Programs called Dhruv and Smart India Hackathon. I'll register myself in these programs to present my big idea to the government so I can get experts mentor to guide me well.
All right, Hardik, now that sounds like a plan. Because you're now finally reaching out to people who can give you the correct guidance, mentorship, etc. I really hope that they do let you share your thoughts and ideas on their platform. But what about the companies outside the range of private companies or the government? Do you think you can do anything to create awareness just by yourself?
Absolutely. I can and I will. To start with, I'll run campaigns on various social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter to seek feedback on how others feel about it. I want to support the government and our soldiers. I understand that such an idea will take a lot of effort to implement, and I am willing to put in as much effort as I can.
I'm really glad to hear that, Hardik. I just love the sense of belongingness and patriotism that you have for your country. But tell us something that is there anyone else who is building such human robots?
Yes, there is a Japanese company called Suidobashi Heavy Industries. They have built Kuratas, which is a rideable and user-operated machine. Kuratas look exactly like a robot from the movie Transformers.
Wow. I mean, I had no clue, such amazing work happening across the globe. But I'm a tech guy, Hardik, and I'm more curious to know about the technology related requirements for building such robots. So have you done some research around that?
I certainly did my research on that. So I found that one of the main technologies that autonomous robots use is the millimeter wave technology. This allows the robot to scan the shape and size of the object. I believe in my robot as well. This technology will be important as it can scan any dangerous object around or any movement in the unguided territories.
Okay. And what about the other key ingredients, that go into making such a great technology? Things like its structure, design, etc. So what about that?
Since I want to propose this robot idea for defense, it should have a strong armor. I am going to use a material called Kevlar. It is inflammable and can survive extreme temperatures, both hot and cold. In terms of design, it will look similar to a Kurata's robot.
All right, and design is fine. The defining factor is fine, Hardik. How do you plan to make it different from a Kurata's robot, apart from the strength?
Well, the robots will be tougher and bigger with the technology of decision-making, motion, defense, and attack. Also, an important point here is that while Kuratas is a user-operated machine, I plan to build autonomous ones.
So, building an autonomous one is clearly a differentiator, Hardik, and it does sound like it's a robo for a good cause. But what I'm worried about is that this can be easily misused because it has the potential to turn fatal. So, how will you handle that risk?
I understand the risks this robot would involve, and that's why it will be approved by the government and will be only used for national defense purposes.
Mhm.
It is not supposed to be commercialized. That way, we can remove the chances of it being misused.
Fair enough.
Okay. It is an amazing idea. There's no doubt about that, Hardik. But I just have one last question for you. Do you have a name for this initiative of yours?
Well, I am quite excited about this awareness scheme that will be potentially turn out to be my company one day. I'll call my company LOGICROBO, and I have also a tagline which is AI to save lives.
Well, I do love your tagline, Hardik, AI to save lives. I mean, AI is helping us with so much of amazing work across the globe. So why not save lives, right? So I think it was a pleasure listening to you and your big idea. And like I have said before, I love the sense of patriotism you have towards your country. And I really hope that you inspire a lot of other people to support your cause and join in your big idea. But for now, I thank you for being a part of the Adolf Startup Studios. More power to you, Hardik, and we'll say goodbye for now.
Thank you, Hardik, and all the very best.
Bye.